Well, what's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 6 in my 9th annual 31 Days of Horror. This is a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. And continuing along with today, I decided to revisit a film that I'm not really super high on. And that film is Halloween 2018, the newest of the Halloween films, at least until Halloween Kills comes out, which was supposed to come out this month, but due to COVID, it got pushed back. So, I did not watch this Blu-ray. I actually went to the drive-in and seen this. Halloween 2018 was playing with a double feature, and it was playing with another film, which I'll talk about at another time, but I went for the other film. And then I just happened to see Halloween 2018. And I figured, why not? I'll give it a rewatch. So the very first time I seen it, I liked it. And then when I rewatched it, I really didn't like it. Like, there was so much stuff in it that bothered me. So this is my third watch. It might be my fourth watch. I can't remember. But so the film picks up after the very first Halloween. It ignores everything else that came afterwards. Halloween 2, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, the Rob Zombie films, everything. It ignores all the other films. So it is a direct sequel to Part 1. And it basically follows the Strode family 40 years after the original Halloween slaying. So, of course, Michael Myers killed his sister, was sent to Smith's Grove's sanitarium for 15 years or something like that, and then he gets out and he stalks and kills some babysitters, and Jamie Lee Curtis was one of them who escapes. He's been locked up ever since. Now we have some podcasters, which is funny, go there and sort of try to interview Michael Myers. He's going to be transferred, and he's going to be transferred on Halloween night, or the night before Halloween night. And basically he gets released and everything goes wrong, and he's after the Strode family. Laurie Strode is now like crazy and a doomsday prepper pretty much, and her family, she's sort of estranged from her family. They think she's weird and over controlling, and she obviously had some traumatic stuff going on from dealing with that incident 40 years ago. Never let it go, always held on to it. And it follows her granddaughter, who is sort of the lead character a little bit. So, what do I think of Halloween 2018? First of all, can we just get that out of the way? Come on, Halloween, it's called Halloween? That's so stupid. Even more stupid than Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, which are the two new sequels. Horrible titles. I just call it Halloween 18, but it's going to suck when there's a Halloween 18, I guess. But we'll deal with that bridge when we get there. I think that there's some cool things going on in this movie. I love the score. I think the score is one of the best aspects. It's shot really well. There's some cool kills in it. And honestly, that's about all that I like from this movie. I actually like it less and less every time I watch it. I just have major issues with the idea that they erase everything. All the canon that previously existed is gone. And that's okay, I guess, but there's constant references to it, and there's constant reminders of it. So it's like, if we're going to ignore all of it, why are we shoving it in our face? Because it's harder to ignore that way. And also, like, they treat Michael Myers as if he did all the stuff in the previous 10 films or whatever, or 11 films. Because they hold him at this, like, high regard. And when you really think about it, he got out, like, 40 years ago, and he killed 5 people. Like, yeah, okay, that's pretty crazy, but I mean, is it really they talk about him like he's this boogeyman and stuff like that. And I guess it made sense in the first film, but 40 years later, 40 years is such a long time. It feels like they're grasping, because we know Michael Myers as this legendary character, But the characters don't. They just know him about as this guy who escaped a mental hospital after 40 years, or after 21 years and killed 5 people, and he's been locked up ever since 40 years later. It's kind of crazy. So again, and that goes back to the thing about where they're referencing all this stuff that happens subconsciously, but it's actually shouldn't, because it doesn't mean anything. It never happened according to this film. They also dropped the brother-sister angle, which, okay, whatever, people don't like it. I've always been a fan of it. It makes sense to me. It almost doesn't make sense why Michael would be after Laurie. It's almost like they have to push them together in this film, because why would he wouldn't even remember her, probably. I mean, he might remember her, but like, he doesn't know anything. Like, she could be gone far away. How would he know, So it's that whole brother-sister angle actually helped if you're going to keep those characters as your core characters. There's just some things that I don't like about this movie, man. It just annoys me. Of course, I'm not saying that all the sequels are great movies, but I like them all more, honestly. This is kind of at the bottom of the franchise for me. I don't think it's necessarily a bad movie, but it's just not the movie I wanted for a sequel. I don't like a lot of the choices they made as a fan of the series. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead. I think the highest I was on this was an 8 or an 8.5. I'm clear down at like a 7.5 now. 7.5. I'll go 7.5, but it's disappointing because I expected so much more. Oh, and at the beginning, it's like that scene, when I first seen it, it was like intense, but then watching it again, where they go and visit Michael, the podcasters, and they're like, it's all intense and the music's ramping up and everybody starts screaming. It just doesn't make any sense, really. But it was cool the first time I seen it. And then another thing that bothers me, and I'll just keep going. The mask. Why would the podcasters have the mask? That makes no sense. It would be evidence. They wouldn't have that. They wouldn't be able to get that. That's weird. Like, why not just make it like a replica mask, It doesn't have to be the exact same mask. Why does it have to be the same one? He didn't use the same one in Halloween 4. Anyway, that's it. I was hoping the rewatch helped it. It didn't. It's probably going to be a little while before I pop that one in again. But see you guys tomorrow with another one. Peace.